and varied activities of the Fleadh Cheoil. Now, one of the most recorded songs ever has reached the ripe old age of 100. It's sung in different languages, in different parts of the world, but it began life here as the London Derry Air. And as we know that the tune originated here in Derry, we thought it was only fitting to get a Derry girl to sing it. I have to say, I was a little bit disappointed myself because it is my party piece. Only joking. A beautiful Derry girl to sing it, and because of the occasion that's in it, who better to accompany her than the National Symphony Orchestra, no less.
I have a real vivid memory of sitting around the fire as a family with cups of tea, and the real token of the night was who got up to sing Danny Boy first, and then after that it was about 5 different people sang it after, so you can never get tired of Danny Boy.
And I must
This is when it first came onto the world stage. This is 1855 and Dublin's published in Dublin, and this is George Petrie's Ancient Music of Ireland.
He was a collector.
He was a collector and professional painter.
Where did he get it?
He got it from a lady called Miss Jane Ross of Newtown Limavady, as he says here. It's in the county of Londonderry, and interestingly, it appears in Petrie's publication here as name unknown. So it isn't at this stage called a Londonderry Air. Well, that's as Petrie published it from Miss Jane Ross, but then it was discovered as late as 1979 by Hugh Shields, who was a great expert in Irish traditional song, that in fact it had been published half a century and more earlier as collected from a harper in County Derry and published, we have it here, by Edward Bunting in 1796. They are very similar in the first of their 4 parts. In Bunting's version, you'll see the end here, the last strain of it goes down rather than up, and it's the high bit that makes the melody of Danny Boy as we know it very distinctive.
When did the words of Danny Boy become associated with this piece of music, the Londonderry Air?
Well, 1913 is the answer. An English barrister and lyricist, Fred Weatherby, who's a very prolific songwriter, but he wrote Danny Boy in 1910. That is to say, the words of Danny Boy in 1910, set it to a particular air and was very unsuccessful. His sister then sent him Petrie's tune from America, and he made a new version with the two, and then it took off. So from 1913, it was published by Boosey in London, and it was an immediate hit.
It's been recorded by everyone, including Elvis Presley, Roy Orbison, Thin Lizzy, Willie Nelson and Sinead O'Connor. But my favourite version, apart from Mairead's of course, has to be a 78 recording of Bing Crosby.
Oh, Danny Boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside.
I often wondered about the meaning of the words. Some say it's about death, but to me, it's always been about a loved one going to war.
I think Weatherly wrote it in a kind of a vague way, so everyone can put their own story into it. Everyone has experience of parting and disappointed love and death or imminent death and all that type of thing. So it can mean everything to everybody, and that's part of its success.
When summer's in the meadow, or when the valley's hushed and white with snow, it's I'll be here in sunshine or in shadow. Oh Danny boy, I love you so.
From Memphis Belle to The Simpsons and The Muppet Show, the song has got the movie treatment again and again and again. Recently in Derry, as part of this year's City of Culture, the locals came out in force to reclaim this world-famous song as their own.
My role was to try to direct the masses that turned out. We were expecting maybe a few hundred, and then the Guildhall kept filling and filling and filling until, I don't know, somebody said there were nearly 10,000 people there crammed in, all wishing to have a bit of "Oh Danny Boy."
It's a perfect marriage of lyrics and air. The kind of romantic, melancholy feel of both are very much in tune, and it's the Irish tune that has travelled most widely, I think, through the world, and it's the only one that I know has been described as the most beautiful tune in the world.
Well now,